The jump scare, famously known as a quick fear-building technique to make audiences jump out their seats with that sinking stomach feeling. Often used in horror films, jump scares purposely scare the audience with strategic timing, silence, and surprise. Hi, my name is Yasmin Rahmani, and in this video I will be discussing the jump scare and its influence on the horror genre. Horror is a genre of fiction, which is meant to get the audience's heart pumping, palms sweating, and bodies shivering with terror through its 5 categories: gore and disturbing, psychological, killer, monster, and paranormal.
Hey, wanna play hide and clap?
They all consume the common technique of the jump scare. Audiences expect jump scares every now and then within a horror film, as it has become one of the most reliable conventions of the horror genre. Created either through non-diegetic sound building up tension or silence itself, because things end up being a little too quiet. Then abrupt with a loud, intense sound. Certain horror categories have become more popular than others, such as killer and paranormal. This is because it's more entertaining for the audience to watch something that's potentially more realistic, which is why jump scares hit harder within these categories, because it allows the audience to put themselves in the mindset that what they're watching could actually happen. Screenwriter C. Robert Cargill says, "The first jump scare appeared in the 1942 Van Luten-produced film, Cat People. The long tense scene revolves around a woman being stalked during a late-night walk using layered shadows to discard visible movement, which is dictated with the sound of clicking heels that is suddenly interrupted by a bus." This editing choice changed the horror genre forever, as Mark Robson developed a jump scare technique later called the Luton bus, a scene that slowly builds up tension, then gives the viewer an unexpected jolt with something that turns out to be completely harmless. This technique is still used in horror films today and became increasingly common in the early 1980s as the slasher subgenre increased in popularity. The key to a perfect jump scare is in the execution. The audience's built-in scare awareness can be used to a movie's advantage of classic misdirection, broken down into 3 distinct steps. 1. A character is introduced into a situation where danger is present. 2. The character finds an explanation of the danger. 3. A sort of, I'm going to make you look over here while bam, the filmmaker executes the actual scare. Some filmmakers would try and cheat the system by skipping to the 3rd element of the jump scare formula, just to keep viewers entertained and interested, leading to some critics describing jump scares as a lazy way to frighten viewers, and believed that the 80s slasher films drove the jump scare into the ground, as the technique eventually became an established cliché. This has encouraged filmmakers to execute more inventive approaches of the jump scare, since viewers crave the adrenaline-rushing results so much, creating incredible longevity for the technique, appearing in everything from Psycho to Annabelle Creation.
You're saved.
Mary Beth Oliver, professor and co-director of the Media Effects Research Laboratory at Penn State University's College of Communications, believes being scared heightens the physiological state of the audience, which means being scared may actually make the story in horror films stronger, suggesting the jump scare is beneficial to horror because it's the source of piling up the audience's fear for the ultimate surprise climax that leeches on throughout the 3rd act until the problem is gone at the end. Also, some may think. Let's take a look at an iconic jump scare that is still so popular till this day. The Exorcist 3 has one of the most time-consuming jump scares known, yet it makes its way to people's top 10 list without hesitation, with the ambience of background noise and hospital lighting keeping the scene calm as well as creepy, manipulates our eyeline to different parts of the frame, making us paranoid of anything popping out in any given moment. The sudden concerned look that appears on the nurse's face puts the audience on edge as the silence fills up the space. As the nurse goes to examine the room, we anticipate surprise, but nothing happens, leading us to believe that the director is just trying to fool us. Too quick to judge as a strike of metal jolts us with a sudden zoom in of a supposed patient appearing out of nowhere. As screenwriter C. Robert Cargill says, "A good jump scare is a magic trick, and the thing about magic tricks is, a magician never reveals its secret."